Hey everybody, welcome to the Delivery Driver Pit Stop. My name is Michael, I'm your host. I hope everybody is having a great Cinco de Mayo Tuesday. Make sure if you have a few too many margaritas out there, you make sure you get a rideshare home like Uber and Lyft because we don't need anybody partying too hard and then trying to drive home, you know what I mean? Anyways, as probably everybody that subscribed to this channel has noticed, I've been kind of MIA the last 3+ weeks. I just was burnt out, stressed out. I really didn't want to do many videos, so I didn't do any at all, actually. But I'm back today because I wanted to do a very important video. I didn't want to waste your guys' time with videos that were not helpful to you guys. So hopefully this video gives you a bit of information. So speaking of Cinco de Mayo and drinking margaritas, and trying to take an Uber and Lyft home. Today, California Attorney General Xavier Bacerra filed a lawsuit against Uber and Lyft for not abiding by the law that was passed on January 1st that went into effect, California AB Bill, Assembly Bill number 5, which reclassifies Uber and Lyft drivers as employees. And with that classification, Uber and Lyft drivers would be entitled to many more protections under employment laws that they are not entitled to now. So supposedly they were supposed to behave themselves and do this on January 1st. And guess what? Neither one has obeyed the law and has skirted the law. And now the Attorney General has had enough and calling out their bluff. Earlier today, Uber made a statement saying that they're going to fight this in court and it's unfair, etc., etc. However, Lyft took the high road and said they are willing to compromise and abide by the laws. And I think it's just another a ploy by these two companies. Well, more Lyft than Uber. At least Uber is showing their true colors by being D-baggers and scoffing their nose at the law. Regardless if I agree with the law or you agree with the law, you have to abide by the law. And if you don't like the law, there's ways of changing it. However, in the meantime, since the law went into effect on January 1st, 2020, they need to abide by it because I guarantee you everybody else that drives, any traffic citations that say all these new traffic laws that were passed on January 1st in all the different states, do you think you can use that excuse? I don't want to, if you get pulled over by the police and they're going to write you a ticket for a new law, first thing they'll say, if you say, I didn't know about it, they'll say stupidity is no excuse for the law. And second thing they'll say is it's your responsibility to know the laws and to abide by them. Same with Uber, same with Lyft. It's their responsibility to abide by them, their responsibility to know them. And I guarantee you, as multi-billion-dollar companies and the army of lawyers each one of these companies have, they know exactly the ins and outs of AB Bill number 5, yet they chose not to abide by it. So again, Attorney General is calling them out on the mat and going to push it and make them abide by it. As I've mentioned before, California is a bellwether state, meaning whatever happens in California, and New York as well, whatever happens in New York or California first, usually the rest of the states adopt it. So as California and New York goes, so does the country. So I'm really interested to see where this new lawsuit goes because as Lyft and Uber are gig jobs, so is Grubhub that I do now. I don't do Uber and Lyft anymore. I did Uber and Lyft for almost 3 years, stopped that. But I'm interested, it's going to bleed over to Uber. It's going to bleed over to DoorDash. It's going to bleed over to Grubhub. And, all the rest of these delivery partners, Amazon Flex possibly. And with that, are we going to have to punch in, punch out since we're employees? Are we going to, all these new, they passed AB Bill number 5, but all these people didn't see the unintended consequences of this, as in being employees now and possibly filing a W-2. Now you have taxes withheld. Now you have to punch a clock. Now you have to dress code. Sick time. If you claim a block on claim a block on Grubhub or DoorDash. And if you drop the block, are you going to be held responsible for that as a missed day of work? Again, all these unintended consequences that these organizations rush to because they feel unfair for, could be justified, could not be justified. I personally do not agree with AB Bill 5 because I joined the gig economy to be an independent contractor, not to be an employee anymore. If I wanted to be an employee, I would be a W-2 employee and do what I used to do. And unfortunately, AB Bill number 5 is going to blur that, and that's my own personal opinion. However, I'm interested to see what the courts think of it. If the courts punish Lyft and punish Uber for not abiding by the law that was passed January 1st. I'm curious what you guys think about this. I will be linking one of the articles in the description below. Leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me what you guys think about the California Attorney General, Xavier Bacerra, filing this lawsuit to hold these two companies accountable. Purely by law standards, I think they need to be held accountable. Again, if they didn't want to abide by the law and they don't like the law, there's ways to getting it changed. However, since the law's in the books, as we are a civilized society, they need to follow it. And that's all I'll say about that. I'm glad everybody, I hope everybody, and I'm glad everybody is out there staying safe. Hope everybody's staying safe. We will get through this crazy mess that we're in right now. We're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully everybody can get back to work, start making money for your honey. And if you have no honey, more money for you. Shout out to Pete. As always, I appreciate you tuning in for this almost 7-minute pit stop. If you appreciate videos such as this and the information I provide, a thumbs up would be awesome. Also, please, if you would be so kind, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, click that little subscribe button over there. And then once you click it, click the little bell icon below it and choose all subscriptions. That way you are notified anytime I release new videos such as this, even though it's been 3 weeks. Yeah, I've been slacking a bit, but I just, a lot of people don't realize, Pete realizes and all the creators realize it's a lot of work doing a YouTube channel, and the pay, unless you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people subscribe to your channel, the pay is not worth it. I can count since May on 3 fingers the amount of money I've got from YouTube, and it's not that much because YouTube gets a third and the government taxes it and they get a lot. So we're lucky if we get 50% of what is made by advertisements and donations. Anyway, enough of that. We will see you next time on the Delivery Driver's Pit Stop. Happy Cinco de Mayo out there. Yeah. Okay, that's my Mexican party call. That's all I'm doing. Anyway, we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Take care.